Hi everyone, Joe Vitale, American Retirement Advisors with the Gradient Investments weekly talking points for the week ending January 28th, 2022. Let's get into stocks. U.S. large cap stocks staged a modest recovery last week from the prior week, with the S&P adding 0.79%. The NASDAQ edged up just slightly at 0.02%, and the small and mid caps represented by the Russell 2000 lost 0.97%. Now, overseas markets were down 3.61 for the international, which is the EFA, and the emerging markets would decline 4.26. Fixed income, the Federal Reserve held interest rates steady at last week's meeting. In the conference call that followed, the Fed chair did not reject the idea that the central bank could hike rates at the end of the next four meetings this year, speaking of the need to be nimble. He also said that there was room to raise rates without hurting jobs. Let's talk about commodities. Energy prices continue to climb on geopolitical worries for supply and the prospect of having a lighter than anticipated drag on demand. Now, the price of West Texas crude oil rose 2% last week to $86.82 a barrel. Year to date, that's up 15.4%. Take a look at the gas pumps. That's going to tell you the story right there. And with these energy bills, with the cold air, you're going to see, I know my gas bill is a lot higher this year. Let's talk about economic data. The U.S. economy grew at 6.9% annual rate last quarter, well ahead of consensus expectations for a 5.5% growth. This marked for a dramatic acceleration from the prior quarter. For the full year, the gross domestic product grew by 5.7%, which is the fastest pace in nearly 40 years. The fourth quarter growth was driven by an increase in consumer spending, a dramatic rebuilding of inventories, and a sharp rise in exports. Now, core inflation was 4.9% for the quarter and 3.3% for the full year. You know, this is kind of something we're talking about too, is everybody's really concerned about the market. I know we are concerned. There's a lot, with all the volatility that we're seeing. And, but we're seeing companies' profits still high. We're seeing spending still high. We're seeing a strong economy. So we're not that concerned. Anything could happen. Let's be honest. Anything could happen. But we're still calling for a good growth this year. So we're still pretty optimistic about it. Again, anything can happen, but we're still staying the course. And again, we talk about being properly allocated. And as long as we've got safe money, we've got tax-free money, we've got growth money, we've got consistent income, we're going to be good for the long term. Let's talk about some company news. American Express, which is a core select holding, reported quarterly results that beat expectations and a plan to increase dividends by 20% a share. And as a result, shares rose 11.54% for the week. How about Apple, which is a core select NG33 holding, reported revenues and earnings growth that firmly beat expectations. And management also said that supply constraints are easing off, so shares were up 4.88% for the week. Now, Blackstone, which is a recent addition to the G50 strategy, we talk about our active management, and sometimes we pull out companies if they're not doing what they're supposed to. So the shares rose 13.2% last week after earnings and revenues beat expectations. The alternate investment management company also noted that its assets under management rose 42% compared to the previous year. So that is it for this week. Thank you so much for being part of the ARA family. If you need to contact us, reach out at 855-756-5700, or visit us at aradvisorsinc.com. Don't forget, visit our Facebook and YouTube pages for more information, or scan the QR code at the end of this video to subscribe to our newsletter. God bless you. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next week.